Well, hello, pair of peeps, and welcome to another episode of our Haunted Travels Gettysburg Week Live. I'm your host, Sean Donnelly.
I'm your co-host, Mary Ann Donnelly.
Hey, we were down at the Sachs Bridge for it was about an hour,
Mm-hmm.
and it was getting kind of heavily populated with locals. So we switched locations, and we came up here to actually the spot where we're going to be tomorrow, hopefully, with Michael. And I'll tell you what, we're getting some stuff off the hook here. We were getting K2 hits. We were getting...
Ovilus
What
words.
does the Ovilus say? What was the last thing the Ovilus said?
The last things the Ovilus said were counter grave beware.
I was doing some thermal out there because there's monuments out here behind us.
Doubt. I had it there for a second. It was real good the last time. There we go.
Well, it's reversed, so they can't see
that.
that.
They can't read it.
Yeah, so we're just right up here on the edge of the parking lot. You can't go on the battlefield after 10 o'clock, 10. I think. But this is the edge. These bricks right here, you just can't go... Well, you can't see them, but you can't go back.
Here, I'll tip it.
Yeah, you can't go past this stone wall here after 10 o'clock.
So there's the stone wall. Cannot cross and go into the battlefield. But there's this, because there's actually a sign right there that says park closed 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Yeah. And it is actually illegal to go on the battlefield without permission after dark.
That's national park.
Right.
So
yes.
Can't go out there, but we can stand on the edge.
We certainly can. Can we tip this a little bit?
Look at that K2 going off over there. Here, I want to take you over and show you that. Rebecca. Here, can they see this?
I don't see Joanne yet.
I don't want to get real close because I don't want you guys to think that the
equipment's closing it.
Yeah. See that K2? This is what we've been having here for a little while.
Rebecca.
It's just
Rebecca and Jennie.
Crazy.
Rebecca, are you out here looking for someone? Are you looking for some of your family?
I know it might be going in and out of focus because we are out here and it's kind of dark out. There's a light right here, so.
So do you guys have any questions? That's a car starting up down the ways. Do you guys have any questions for us that you'd like us to ask while we're here?
Ask. Well, we got the obelisk right there.
And it seems to be being quite talkative. Doesn't sound like anybody has any questions, so do you want to just do a couple of questions together?
Yeah, I'm going to wait for these people in my run with the SB7 in my pocket.
Oh, okay. Very good, very good.
Some people getting in the car over here.
So we had some interesting events today.
There we
go. Hello, out of body.
Yeah, I think you're the only one here too.
I think so too.
Well, do you have any questions? We'll fire up the spirit box here as soon as these people leave the parking lot.
We had some interesting events today. We went out
K2's going
a bunch
off
of
like
places.
crazy.
K2's going crazy over here.
Right, basically in the same direction in this one in the cannon. And right now,
Let me see that.
chilly over here.
Hello,
It's
Andrew.
impossible for it to be that cold.
Andrew Kitchens, how you doing? Here, you want to record it with this? Did it stop? Joe, you want to record that with this?
All right, out of body wants us to ask more about Rebecca.
What's in a what?
Wants us to ask more about Rebecca. What are you doing? What did you do?
I was seeing what they were saying. Didn't know you could do that.
No, but your fingers go all over it, make it bright red.
So ask more about Rebecca. All right, so let's Ask about Rebecca.
So
Who's?
after the battles, a lot of family members would come out and walk the battlefield looking for their loved ones, digging up graves, even the quick turned over graves, to collect anyone that they possibly could have said was their spouse or brother or son. Rebecca, are you one of those individuals?
I'm gonna go with yes because he's gone directly to red.
Rebecca, could you tell us your son's name, husband's name, brother's
Hello,
name?
into the paranormal. We're doing a little investigation right here on the side of the battlefield in Gettysburg. Right here in the parking lot.
Rebecca, did you find your loved one?
Getting a lot of EMF hits. We're picking up some stuff on the obelisk.
Are you still searching for your loved one?
Let's see if we get anything on the spirit box.
Are you still looking? If you're still looking, it's light up like how it is. On your camera, every now and then I get the glow green and walking. What's that supposed to mean?
Get the spirit box going here. Oh. Yeah, I was noticing on your live stream it kept repeating what you were saying. Can you guys hear the spirit box? I have the speakers down low because we're outside here. And can you guys hear that though, so I know it's not coming through on the recording? Okay. Rebecca, are you here with us? Are you looking for your husband or your boyfriend or your brother?
Or son?
Or son?
Son. Did you find your son?
I can turn this up on it. What was your son's name? Can you tell us your son's name? Was he from the north or was he from the south? Well, we got son.
And I thought it said no. Did it say no? I thought it sounded kind of like no. What did you guys
I don't know.
think?
Here, you ask a question. I'm going to see if I can find another speaker.
Entity Paranormal says it said south. Okay.
Have
Hello
you found
there.
him?
Rebecca, have you been with us all night here while we've been over here? Water? Do you need water? Thank you. Entity Paranormal says they also heard water. I like confirmation.
Did your son drown?
Rebecca, do you need water, or are we talking to someone else? Are you a soldier that needs water? What's today's date? How far did you walk to get to Gettysburg? I don't know, was that 90 days?
I can't find it.
What were you looking for?
The other speaker, so we can turn it up.
Oh.
Are they hearing it?
Okay, so you thought 98? Okay. I asked how far they traveled to get to Gettysburg. 98, 90 days, 9 days. I heard somebody say maybe water. They agreed with me.
So were you from the south? Did you come up from the south looking for your son? We could sympathize with your concern of trying to find him. We want to give you our condolences and hope you find some sort of resolution in looking for him. This speaker is horrid.
That it is.
I'll get the SB11.
I'll take them. I'll take them. Is that what you heard? Is there a message you'd like to pass on?
When in doubt, bring out a bigger tool.
I definitely heard it say something again, and I don't know what it said.
Yeah, we'll turn this one on.
They were asking
There, can you guys hear that one? Let me get it set here. There we go. Okay, Rebecca, are you still with us?
I don't know what setting you keep your spirit box in.
Whichever one works.
So he doesn't have a standard.
I don't have a standard. We keep switching around until we start getting something. This is a SB11. It's got dual channels. It's a little bit louder. I have a better speaker for the SB7, but I can't seem to find it.
You lose it a lot.
I know.
Square? The
I was
obelisk
just
said square.
picked up square.
Fixing that. Okay, so we had several terms that came up on the obelisk. We just had square come up. We had Rebecca. We had brave. We had doubt. There was another 2 words over here you got. Beware. It was Jennie, which is interesting because this section right behind me is Cemetery Hill, and in that direction is where Jennie Wade actually was killed. We also had some of the SB7 before we got the SB11 out. You guys thought you heard it say south. Thank you very much for reminding me. We did hear what sounded like somebody said that it was their son that they were looking for, and that no, they didn't find them. So that's kind of interesting. We were, again, going to be out at Sachs Bridge. We went out there for about an hour or so. We didn't go live out there. We started to get a lot of locals that came in, you know, teeny boppers. And so we thought they would compromise investigation. So we decided to come out over here to where we could get to the battlefield without being on the battlefield. When we go to close this up, I'll show you the old orphanage, the Homestead Orphanage, and also Jennie Wade House. I can show you both of those from here. Got that all set and ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello. So if you guys have any questions, please type those in, and we will ask those.
All right, so we were talking to Rebecca. She was out here.
Or a soldier who asked for water.
Okay. So we heard sun, right?
Sun, and I thought it said no. They thought it said south when we asked the north or south.
Okay.
I didn't quite catch that, but they definitely thought it said that on their end. Sometimes it's easier to hear it from farther away, too. We're right up on top of it right now.
You guys still getting K2 stuff over there? Oh man, that thing's like rocking and rolling.
You want to walk this over there a little bit more?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to walk over here and show off the K2 hits here. Of course. There we go. And that is literally right over the rocks that separate the National Park Service land and the parking lot. Yes, it is. The EMF detector is quite excited right now. It's been doing this over here in this spot for probably about 20 minutes now. If we take it and put it down on the rock, it generally goes pretty much to almost nothing. Can you guys see that? And then if you pick it up and bring it back up, it does tend to spike some more. So that's quite exciting. A little bit of activity. But it's been doing this in this area right here for about 20 minutes now.
He's already went by once, so we must be okay being here.
I'm going to tip this back a little further. Let's see what Gilbert says. Only in that area, or does it go wild elsewhere? That's the best area. We did have some additional along the way here, but a little further down on either direction, and it also goes back to pretty much just one or two light.
Who's out here with us? Who's lighting that meter up over there? Can you tell us your name? I didn't quite catch that. Could you say it again? Just try to concentrate. Come and speak into this device right here and we hear you.
Okay, so Gilbert wants to know how many plots there are. So this is actually Cemetery Hill, where technically there's not plots. The plots are actually across the street in the National Cemetery and in Evergreen Cemetery. However, this is the battlefield where a lot of them were buried over and then skip to the record. Interesting. Where they were buried over and then people would come and look for their loved ones and take their bodies back with them, and then eventually they were, theoretically all moved to their current burial sites.
This right here on the other side of this wall is Cemetery Ridge. Or Cemetery Hill. Cemetery Hill. This is where the Union was held up with their artillery fire.
And there's a lot of monuments in this area. You can't quite see them now with the dark, but maybe we can take a picture and light it up. So can you take a picture with flash of the area, try to light it up so that they can see what's behind us here? Yeah, I'll just grab the camera.
Were you one of the soldiers that was out here? run one of those cannon brigades?
Are you guys able to see anything when I show that flash?
Okay, so the activity levels increase because so many gas. Yes.
Did you have a question you answered?
He just said the activity increased because there's so many deaths concentrated. Yeah, there's a lot of battles over here.
Yeah, a huge amount.
I think all 3 days there were battles that took place here. Now this thing's not working like the other one did.
That's because it's louder.
Okay, I'll shut it off. Shut her down. I gotta find that other speaker. Yeah, gummit. That always happens.
Well, that didn't pick up anything.
Who was the most famous death here at this location where we're at? Don't know, to be honest with you.
Yeah, to be honest, I
Have to
don't
look
know
at the
of any
monuments and we
specific
can't
ones.
see them right now. We can't go over that stone wall
Or we'll be arrested. And I prefer not to do that. However,
you'd have to look it up.
Nixon's great-grandfather was actually killed here in Gettysburg. So that's a famous type individual. President Nixon's great-grandfather. We actually went to his gravesite. I showed some, my sister and her boyfriend, I showed them his gravesite today in the National Cemetery. I don't know how many people would know but Jennie Wade is buried here in Evergreen Cemetery. John Burns is buried in Evergreen Cemetery.
Which right behind you guys, right behind the camera, that way is Jennie Wade's house. It's just right there. We can actually see it from here.
Yeah, I'll show them the orphanage.
And the orphanage is right
when
over that way. And Jennie Wade's gravesite's right down there. Evergreen Cemetery's right there.
You look like you're picking my nose.
Is that picking your nose?
Yeah. Oh, goodness. Okay, so do you guys have any questions for us to ask of the possible entities that are out here?
I want to see that obelisk start rocking and rolling.
Arrests make good for good viral YouTube is what we're being told.
Yeah.
But I prefer still
I prefer not to get arrested.
Not to have one of those.
So for those of you who are not subscribers to Michael Farrer's channel, you might want to do that and look him up and subscribe him, because 10 o'clock in the morning we're going to be on the best hour of his day, or best hour of my day show. Mm-hmm. He's coming down to meet up with us.
Yes.
And then we'll probably go have some lunch, and then we'll go live with him on our live stream. Don't know what we're going to do yet, but we'll figure something out. Might just sit and chit chat with him. Don't know. There are paranormal claims all over this little town. Yes. Actually, tell them the story about the little man that we met today. It was just going off when he saw our shirts, telling us all kinds of stories.
Oh, I was going to tell him a story about this area.
Okay, go ahead.
So this area behind us, she's called the Lady of Baltimore, right? Yes. The Lady of Baltimore, she roamed around here on Cemetery Hill.
What if her name was Rebecca?
That's what I asked her, if she was Lady of Baltimore, but she didn't answer that question.
Well, she might not have had known that name.
That's true. She might not have.
But she could have been from Baltimore.
But she did roam around here looking for her children, her son. There's a woman, I don't know if it's the same woman, that is supposed to roam around going children, looking for her children. And in fact, there was supposedly a photographer
There's a chair
that
in the
had
back.
set up and to take some photos here as the sun was going down and as the darkness came. And he had this feeling from behind him that he needed to turn around. He turned around and he came face to face with this woman who had dark sunken in eyes, and scared him, and he left. Yeah, it is dark, bottle caps. Okay, actually, I forget who, let's see, Entity Paranormal says they're from Baltimore. She wasn't from Baltimore, but the street that lies right along here is called Baltimore. So that's why they called her the Lady of Baltimore, not because she was from Baltimore, but because of the name of the street. She would just kind of walk up and down here along Cemetery Hill on Baltimore. So those are a couple of stories from this particular spot that I am aware of.
We have to remember those in the morning because I wasn't paying attention to you.
Oh, okay. Hey, we'll recap those in the morning
there's a bug
with
on
daylight. It's a little lightning bug. Leave them be.
Okay.
They can't see them.
Oh yeah, you can't see it.
You can't see this giant
There's
bug
just
that's
a little
crawling on my
lightning bug on-
forehead on the screen here, unless he goes onto the other side of the camera. Anyways, you wanted to talk about the guy from today, and I was not.
Oh, he said he was going up the street here. When was that? Not that long ago, right?
He said when he turned
lived here-
66.
Yeah, he
Took him
lived here
66
all his
years
life
to
in
learn it.
Gettysburg, and his son owns a store that does ghost tours. And we went in there earlier to check in for one of the tours, and he was saying when he turned 60, all of his life living here, he didn't see any ghost spirits, any of that stuff. But when he turned 66, something was turning 66, for 4 nights in a row, driving up the street right here, driving past the National Cemetery, he saw, well, at first it was a ball of light, and it kept getting progressively larger and larger until finally it was like a glowing apparition of a Confederate soldier. And then it kind of like went away. Now he sees stuff all the time.
Mm-hmm. So they want to know from the spirits if you think the land looks any different to you now. Does the land look different?
Did Lava say anything?
No, it's been
No
silent
response.
since the freeze report.
Where did I put the SB7? Did I put it in the back of the car? That seemed to be working
Oh, the
better.
SB7 I have in my pocket, but you have the speaker. When we investigate and see and hear things, run away. There we go. We wear things we want to run toward, but so many people run away. So true. I definitely would want to run to it. It's actually probably a good thing that I want to see an apparition. But it's probably a good thing if I don't see one behind me tonight, because I will want to cross that barrier and I do not want to go to jail. But I would probably go towards that too, although if I was in a basement, probably not so much. By the way, I went down in the basement of the orphanage again last night.
I haven't showed them that video yet.
Entity Paranormal said they would be right there with me. Okay, well that's interesting. Hello. The tripod just decided to undo itself. How do you tighten that back up?
Turn it, maybe.
Okay. It's been standing there for how long? Next question. What would you like us to do for you?
Okay, spirits.
Is there anything that you would like us to do for you? So Hiking Distance wants to know what this was. This is Cemetery Hill in Gettysburg. It was one of the battle sites.
I'm running the SB7 Spirit Box. We had a different one out here, but this one we were getting more stuff on. We just can't hear it too good. Is there anybody who'd like to come over and talk to us and tell us your name? You're more than welcome to come on over. We have people here with us asking questions. Oh, shut up. Talk.
Talk. You talk too much.
Yep, talk too much.
Would you like to talk to us? Does the land seem any different to you now? Now that we have this machine on? You can maybe answer that for them?
Keep turning a knob, maybe I'll eventually find a radio station. Actually, this is actually sweeping through different radio stations. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Okay. The people that are on the other side of this magic box here would like to know how many spirits are around us right now. Could you give them a number?
Did you hear 5?
Did you guys hear 5 also? You guys were hearing it pretty good before.
Are you male or are you female? Are there any children out here? Or are you asking if there's any children out here with us right now? There is nobody out here. We are the only ones anywhere that I can see. Nobody else is out here at the moment.
There's absolutely nothing over there that can constitute to the 5 people crouched down.
Hold on, folks. We got something going on here. Hold on a second. What are you seeing?
Okay. See right there?
Yeah.
Alright, my picture. I did a series on this, not there before or after. You gotta look really, really close, give you guys a second focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see tiny shadows crouched down around. Can you see it at all?
Yep. Are you posting those on your...
I have them on I haven't posted them online yet. Because you have to, really, focus hard to see them.
We're getting some interesting photographic evidence right now. So if there's 5 of you guys here, are you soldiers? Are you here fighting? I think.
Is it hot out?
Wow, you're still getting K2 hits all the way over there. sounded female.
A lot of them do still think that they're in battle. In fact, in the National Cemetery, we caught an EVP 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And we were just walking around with our recorder running, and we were talking amongst ourselves, and in the background you hear, because we're still fighting.
Yeah,
so,
I'll be putting that out once I
them,
start putting out Gettysburg.
A lot of them do think that they're still fighting. Where are you from?
Say something.
Can you say where you're from again? We didn't quite catch that.
Can you tell us what unit you're with?
We're from Ohio. Are you with any of the Ohio brigades? I wish that the camera would get used to the lighting, like our eyes, because I could see so much out there in the field right now. It looks like it's morning time to me, but like I can see that you guys can't see any of that. Oh, Bottle Caps. Bottle Cap says he's the ghost of Christmas past. Did you guys ever read a story about ghosts? Did you tell ghost stories?
Hold this. I'll go get the green light. Maybe they could see it.
Okay. Did you guys tell ghost stories around the campfires? Thanks for coming out of body. Did you celebrate any Christmases through the battles? The battle here was July 1, 2, and 3 of 1863.
See if I can see this.
Did that make it any better for you guys there? Sean brought an extra light out. Makes it worse for me.
Well, get out of the way. I don't know if I can see out there.
I can see the monument here with that.
There's one of the monuments. You see that?
Mm-hmm. That's nice and bright. Can you point it that way?
No, it's cool.
No?
See if we can see this way. See if you guys can see this monument. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Probably not.
I don't think that helped much. Sorry. Let's see, what else you got? How often do you see and speak to ghosts? We
As
try
much
to
as
speak
possible.
with them as much as possible. Seeing them, that's a lot infrequent. We've seen shadow people, but we haven't seen full-bodied apparitions ourselves. Most people don't see them, although there are huge numbers of reported sightings of them here in Gettysburg.
Let me shut this off. This ain't talking, is it?
Well, can you ask the spirits that question towards us?
What was the question?
I don't know. I couldn't figure it out.
Can you ask the spirits that question?
Oh, maybe flip the how often do you see and speak to us? So how often do you see and speak to humans that are still living on this earth? Do people come and ask you questions on a regular basis? Yes?
Yeah, I heard
How
yes.
many times
Did you hear yes? How often do people come up here and try to talk with you? Are we bothering you? I don't mean to bother you, I just would like to communicate with you. If there's something we can do to help you, just let us know.
Bottlecast says give him a warning next time you turn that back on. Well, he had it on. Sorry, Bottlecast, but somebody asked a question, so he flipped it right back on. Sorry. Let's try to remember that. We usually don't use one of these live, so this is actually the first time.
Grab that K2. You guys have any other questions? Yeah, there's something right at that wall. What if we got closer with this thing? Because it seems like they can't come over that wall. Maybe if we got closer with the... You guys have any other questions you want us to ask? How about you, Joe? You got any questions?
No, it's just been real quiet. Like, we're getting some good stuff up there, but...
It seems like it kind of died off.
It did, once Rebecca stopped communicating.
Yeah. It's like the K2's not even as strong as it was. Alright, I'm going to shut this off now.
Before we shut this off, is there anybody who has any last questions?
Any other questions before I shut this off?
Do you have any family members with you here on the battlefield?
Does it matter? Did you hear it doesn't matter? Did you hear it doesn't matter?
Doesn't matter.
Do you get to see your family? Well, I hope that you get to see your family and get to visit them.
Where would you like to be right now? Is your name Heath? Did one of your siblings die today? Who is your president?
Who is your commander-in-chief?
If your commander was Lincoln, say 1. If your commander was Davis, say 2.
K2 even stopped.
How many men are in your troop? Can you spell that? It looks like somebody said something like that. Are you tired? Weary?
The K2's even stopped. I kind of feel like we're bothering them. Would you like us to go ahead and cut it for the evening and stop this so you guys can get some rest? Would you like us to leave? Just say yes if you want us to leave. I'll tell you what, we're going to leave for tonight. We might come back another night. Would that be okay?
Okay.
All right, we'll come back another night. We'll let you get some rest.
Thank you for communicating with us tonight.
That was giving me a headache.
Okay. All right. Well, while you guys... Oh, we got a little K2 spikes here.
Now it's starting to spike. See, I think we were bothering them.
Yes. I promised you that I would show you... These things would be nice.
Okay.
I would show you the... Oof, that got a little close. I would show you the orphanage and Jennie Wade house. Are you guys going to stay here, or do you want me to...
You want to walk back?
I'm going to walk that way.
Well, we could drive over and we'll meet you at the hotel.
Okay, that's fine.
Let me say goodbye then.
Okay.
Or are you going to meet us over there?
I'll meet you over there. We'll meet you over there. How's that?
Meet us over there.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to take you on a little bit of a walk here, and I'm going to show you where we were, and then I'm going to show you the orphanage and Jennie Wade house. So I'm going to turn you around. Maybe. I think this turns it around. I can't seem to make it go. I can't seem to make it turn around.
Huh?
I can't seem to make it turn around. None of these little guys. There we go. I finally got it to do it. All right, so that's where we were. Okay. Over there by that wall. And Sean's getting in the car. He's going to drive to the hotel. I'm going to walk there because really it's right down. All right, see the building there? Sort of in the middle, right about there. That's actually the old orphanage, the Homestead Orphanage, which was created through funds that were actually collected based on a photograph found in the clutched hand of one of the victims here of the battles in Gettysburg. And his name was Humiston, and they did not know what his name was at the time of the battle. Basically, he was found clutching this picture of these 3 children, and no identification as to who he was or who they were. And what happened was they went ahead and took that photograph and put it in newspapers around the country, and people identified those children. They said, "I think that these are your kids," to one of their neighbors one day, and turned out it was. And she ended up becoming the very first woman in charge of the orphanage here. So that is the Homestead Orphanage. I'm gonna go past a couple of poles here as we walk along. Shouldn't we have a priest as a bodyguard? Actually, no, it's not incredibly necessary. So there is the orphanage. Sometimes they say that Mrs. Carmichael, who was the second, actually Miss Carmichael, she wasn't married, Rosa Carmichael is sometimes seen in that top left window of the building just looking out. She was not a very nice lady. And we'll walk a lot more down the street, and I will take you to Jennie Wade's house. Actually, it wasn't even Jennie Wade's house. It's actually called the Jennie Wade house, but it's actually her sister Georgia's house. She actually lived down the street during the battle, but she came up here to get further away from the battle, and it turned out that was the wrong decision to make. Yes, this is one of the sites of the Civil War bottle caps. This is Gettysburg. It was fought on July 1, 2, and 3 of 1863 here in Pennsylvania. Sorry, I'm walking if this is kind of making you nauseous. And you can see here in the parking lot there, that is the Jennie Wade house. Her sister Georgia lived there at the time of the battle. Yes, Gettysburg is an awesome place to investigate. It's just an awesome place to be all together. Sean and I often, every time we come here, we look around at buildings that are for sale because there's always one somewhere. We're like, that would be a great thing, but it's just too far away to go to on a weekend or a weeknight every day, every week. I see Sean coming across the parking lot, but this is the Jennie Wade house. Trying to make it a little bit higher there. During the days after the battle, they actually put Jennie Wade in the garden here as they prepared to take care of interment. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Sean's gonna move you.
Hold on a second. Just
Gotta
give me a
turn us
minute.
around.
There we go. Got the Jennie Wade house behind us.
That's an awesome look. Of course, Jennie is behind your head.
Yeah. Move over. There we go.
I'll move over a little bit.
The Jennie Wade house, you've toured it how many times now?
Oh, I did it a couple times as a kid. Then we did it together a couple times. We've investigated it for sure, like investigate
we did a
once.
full investigation.
We've done ghost tours in it 3 times. So
2015 we did an investigation in there.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I would hope that it won't come to that, bottle caps, but
yeah.
Sean, they say you look tired.
Yeah, well, it's 1 o'clock. I'm a little whipped. We've been running around all day.
That's crazy. Yeah, and we have to be up in a few hours, don't we?
Yeah. So, yeah, Mike's gonna meet us between 9:30. So we got to get up, get ready, get breakfast, and then we'll be on his show at 10 o'clock. So make sure you subscribe to his channel, and we'll have some fun on there.
Yeah.
And then we'll go live at some point and do something. Yeah, that would be cool. They're doing a reunion in July. And Pigeon Forge, right? I think it's Pigeon Forge.
I think that is correct.
So PSPR, I just saw you're in here. Next summer, you guys want to head down to Pigeon Forge?
Maybe Pigeon Forge.
That might be fun.
Set up and investigate for Friday night.
This Friday? We are investigating
this Friday.
The Farnsworth House.
Farnsworth House.
Yeah, 5-hour investigation. There is nobody out on these streets. Somebody drives by. See us sitting here.
I know, they'll be like, what?
Yep, here comes a couple cars going by. First cars we saw in a while. And neither one of them is a police officer.
Which is, again, a good thing.
So, thanks for what they're saying there. There we go. Oh, you guys are PSPR. You guys are investigating Friday.
Okay, where are you guys heading? Oh, that's all right. Within hiking distance. You can go back and look at the replay later.
Good night. Where are you investigating at, PSPR? Judson House and Ewell Hotel.
Exciting. Yeah, we'll be over at the Farnsworth House. We'll be staying there Friday the 13th at night, and we'll also be staying there on Saturday as well. So we will be there investigating Friday. We'll do a live there Saturday. You got a headache?
Yeah, I've got a headache. Paranormal sickness.
Well, before we head off, I do want to take them around the side of the building, and I can show them the bullet hole.
Where?
On the side of the building that killed Jennie.
All right, well, we got to go back around this way. We can't go in the front, right? Or we can?
Well, we probably could, but we have to go in the back because my bag's in the car unless you took it out.
Well, show them the bullet hole, and then...
we can walk this way.
Okay, I'll follow you.
Okay.
All right, she's going to show you the Judson house.
Yes, the building behind us was here at the Civil War. It was actually a duplex during the time of the Civil War. Jennie Wade's sister, Georgia, had one side, and the owners, I believe it is, had the other side. And they actually broke through the wall upstairs to try to get to the other side where they would not be being fired upon. So that will be coming out in a video sometime soon.
Jennie Wade was the only civilian that was killed during the Battle of Gettysburg.
Right. During the battle. That's important because there were others that died after the battle. funny bottle caps. He does not need one of those.
No, no more divorce. No, been there, done that. Not fun. Okay, so go ahead and show them the thing.
So I'm going to take you around the side of the building, and I'll show you where the bullet came in and got Jennie. And I think we can connect to our hotel from there. Whew. Don't mind me. I just almost fell up the stairs, but it's okay. So this is the original door to the Jennie Wade house. And you can see that hole right there in the door. On the right, not the door handle. That is the hole that was made by the bullet that killed Jennie Wade. But you also see other bullet holes and things in some of the bricks, some of the damage that has always remained here. And that bullet was theoretically spent from a rifle at the Farnsworth house in the attic. And this is the cellar. They were actually in the cellar on the other side of the building afterwards. So anyways, I thought that I would show you that. We can go this way.
Or up that way, right?
Yeah, well, you could go this way, but we have to go to the car first. I don't know bottle caps. But doesn't Sean just look so cute walking in the parking lot? Well, do you want to call it a night?
Yeah.
All right, so while we're here in the parking lot, we'll face the other direction, I guess. We will
yeah, why don't you do it right where the light's shining into the camera. That's all right.
Oh, look, there we go. Let's keep right there.